You're still watching the conversation on Lagos television. Our first conversation this morning is on the need for moral renewal in our society. When you look at our society today, the quest for wealth, especially among our youths, is quite disturbing. And, they engage themselves in different kind of vices, which is quite disturbing. And, of course, some of these things can actually destroy their future. If indeed these are the future leaders of tomorrow, why they are engaging in this kind of act that are not promoting any kind of morality in our society should worry parents, should worry government, and everybody that are stakeholders in the polity called Nigeria. We have somebody who is a moral advocate in the studio with us this morning. We have Sheikh Ibrahim Olaniyi, and together we'll be looking at this issue of moral decadence in our society. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Ramadan Kareem.
Allah Akbar.
All right. Looking at our society today, the volume of social vices, especially among our youths, is quite disturbing. And even when you look at the elderly ones that you would have expected to be setting the pace for these young ones to follow, they are not totally different from these little children. They display wealth. The level of moral decadence, even among the elderly, is not even encouraging. And when you look at our leaders, they flaunt wealth, they flaunt corruption. And we are where we are today because even the leadership are not even leading well. What do you make of all this situation that we find ourselves as a society?
Well, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. When you talk about decadence, you're talking about a decay. You should be looking to see about three things when something is decaying, especially the flesh. You would see maggots. It will be putrid, which means bad smell, and it will be unsightly and unsavory. So if moral is now decadent, the sight is not going to be pretty, which is what we have now. And believe me if I said this moral decadence was not started by the young ones. It was championed by the irresponsible elderly ones who have their ill-gotten wealth and they believe we only come to this life once, so they go into some kind of competition, show off, all kind of arrogant displays to oppress the have-nots. You understand? And unfortunately, the moral decadence, the have-nots are also affected by it. Even though they don't get to do what these rich people are doing, they are aspiring to attain. It seems appealing to them. So they are aspiring to attain it.
No matter what it's going to cost.
No matter what it is going to cost. And it has spread its tentacles into the religious sphere, such that religious leaders who are supposed to be exemplary models to the citizens of the country are also morally decadent. So they are also morally decadent. You get to, I mean, if we want to start picking examples, we have so much to count. You are in a news house, so you get first-hand information of it once it is happening. So you will have a list, an endless list of such things happening. So analyzing the problem, analyzing the issue, it is a cankerworm now that is eating deeply into the fabric of a nation that some people are nursing the hope to lead the continent someday. We now find a situation where what should grow up, what should rise up from here is rising up elsewhere because our priorities have been misplaced. Thank you. That should have been our priority, but we compromised. And we, the masses, we are so good at enduring. We endure. We are so adaptable to whatever situation we find ourselves after the initial
noise,
crying wolf. So they kind of see you as predictable. There is little or no hope of Madame Dibaj ever coming into the scene anymore. I mean, when I say Madame Dibaj, you know what I mean.
Okay, I
A Tale of Two Cities.
Yeah.
Yes, the French Revolution. There is very little hope of such a thing ever happening now.
Okay, I love the examples that you gave earlier. The religious homes, they are even falling short of the expectation of the society. At one point or the other, they have also compromised. Then let's talk about our homes, our traditional institutions. Are they also party to these vices in our society?
Imagine a very brilliant and diligent student who spent sleepless nights during his secondary school days. He has cultivated the habit right from primary school days, all through secondary school, all through the university. His colleagues will call him Efiko, and he will score the highest mark, graduating out of the university, only for you to see him later along the roadside running a car wash, managing a little thing here and there. And those dunces in the class who used to peep into his or expect him to send microchips to them so that they can survive the onslaught of the examination questions, are now living affluently. Now, if one of them comes to your car wash and he wants to watch, Tunji, what are you doing here? What do you mean, what am I doing? Am I going to steal? This is what I do now. This is my, Omo, you cannot continue like this. Then, because of desperation, he'll find himself in a place he will be buying goods with hidden price tags. Hidden price tags, such that you would have utilized the goods before they now start telling you that these goods you have bought, these are the prices you have to pay for the luxury you are enjoying. There's no going back. And the way the family has contributed to it is, we are not against poverty. We are against the poor.
We are not against poverty.
No.
We are against the poor.
Yes.
It's not clear to me.
I will make it clear. The father and the mother of the wife you want to marry are paupers as well. They have not been able to do anything about their impoverished state of being. But when you come as a strongly young man, they broke shame you. They broke shame you. And they tell it to your face that we cannot marry our daughter to a pauper. We are all also praying to have somebody to lift us out of
poverty.
Out of poverty. If they were against poverty, their priority should be, how do we get out of it? How do we get out of it? Not how do we use someone as a ladder to climb out of it, so that anybody who comes around and is interested in our daughter but doesn't have what it takes to lift us out of this pit, we're not gonna. So the daughter is for sale, right? So your old student friends don't want to associate with you. you don't want to go anywhere near them, because the depression you will be subjected to due to their innocent jibes, all in the name of just making pranks or making jokes, and you will be the topic of that joke, all because despite your struggle, you did not cut corners like they did, but they are living in affluence that you can only dream of.
So our homes are equally contributing to the problem of morals that we have in the society.
Oh, yes.
Okay, what about the traditional institutions?
The traditional institutions are the leaders in this matter. Every individual who wants to be a ritualist will go and consult the traditionalists. Even religious leaders who want to chain down their disciples, their congregations, will go to the traditional.
I actually meant the traditional rulers, I'm sorry.
Traditional
rulers.
Okay. I thought you said traditional institution. Rulers. Institution is a very big, it has a lot of components.
Yeah.
The traditional rulers, there's very little they can do. It's like you are asking me if there's something government can.
They are the custodian of culture, of morals, of tradition. They should also lead by example.
Hold on.
But we see some traditional rulers these days, and you question yourself if indeed these are traditional rulers.
Hold on. Some of those traditional rulers are traditional rulers today for two reasons. One, they are on the same path as those who are living in affluence at the expense of innocent individuals, possibly kidnapped people, you understand, and all those things. Some of them have passed through that level, so that if in the country, I mean in any traditional setting, you find that someone is considered worthy of a traditional position, especially a kingship, but he doesn't have what it takes, he's not educated, he's not rich, he doesn't have connection with the government, they would rather tell you point blank that we have to consider somebody who has the capability to take. Now, what kind of advice do you now expect that kind of traditional ruler to give? A lecturer who was a cultist during his student days, and he managed to coerce some of the lecturers and other staff of the university to absorb him as an assistant lecturer, and gradually he grew up in the academic system. If there was a panel to prosecute cultism, on whose side do you think that lecturer would be?
It might have changed.
Well, I hope so. If he has not turned to a kingpin and then have minions under him within the school system, continuing from where he left. Okay. When you're talking about someone who may have changed, then we'll be talking about an old man. You know the old man I'm talking about, a Nobel laureate. But examples like that are very rare. They are very rare.
If we have missed the path of discipline, morals in our society with the older generation, what about this new generation who are battling with social media and some other vices in the society?
Yes.
What will become of our nation in the future?
The question is, are they really battling with it? Or are they enjoying it and aspiring to have it? And they are seeing it as a lifeline, without which... There was a little video I watched. The mother is an American soldier. She's a woman, an American soldier, and she had to marshal every member of her family, collected all their phones, put it on a tree that has been cut in half, and used axe or hammer. And she declared, mentioning her maiden name and every other name she has, and her rank in the army, hereby declare that there shall be no instrument of social media in my house from today henceforth. Any phone or whatever that is used for social media shall be destroyed. And she started breaking those phones, everything. And these are expensive phones. The children were crying wolf. They said their mother had gone crazy. You understand? The situation really is not hopeless. It's just like the children of Israel in Egypt. For every endangered species on earth who are being corrupted, destroyed by invested interests of the higher powers that be, within and outside the country, usually God will send a few of his upright servants to rescue them from that situation. We have experienced occasions where we have had people in government who were willing to do what is right and stand by it. They either died early, they got chased off, or, you know, like that. One of them, even after being chased off by a coup, they were not satisfied. They had him killed. And he is dead. So, but that still doesn't stop Allah, because I know that the God that has created us has not created us into this world to come and languish. There are still some homes who still hold the strong belief in God, in Almighty God, the Creator. At least we all agree, whatever name we call him, he is the Creator. So those of them who are praying like that, prayerful, and they imbibe discipline in their own homes, you will find them being different from others, being content with whatever they have, waiting for their turn to be in a position to influence things for the better. And a time will come when these people come into action, some of their decadent friends will drop their ways and join up with them. We all partook in destroying these things. Since you are determined to trace our steps back and go back to the glory we lost, we are willing to assist you, we are willing to help you, we are willing to ensure we protect you, and nothing will stop you from what you are doing. Okay. Already it is happening in a country in Africa here.
But you would agree.
But very, very soon it will start happening here too.
Okay, you would agree with me that the invention of technology is not all bad. It has its own advantages. It's just that people are necessarily attached to the social media, to technology, and they are making wrong use of this invention, especially here where most of our youth are distracted and display all kinds of things on the internet, on the social media. But now, we can identify the problems. You have pinpoint at some from home, from our traditional institutions, from our religious homes. What do we propose as a nation, as a society, in our homes, in our religious homes, traditional institutions, in our schools, so that we'll change the path that some of these young ones are following for Nigeria to indeed have a better future, if indeed they are going to play big in the global world?
Yes. My suggestion is those who are already on the right path should not derail from the right path because what they are expecting has not come yet. It will come. Those who are lost should be prayed for, that God will redirect them back to the right path. It is never too late.
Both old and young.
Exactly. It is never too late for anyone. Then there has to be a deliberate, intentional action taken towards that direction.
By who?
By everyone who wants to have a taste of the change that a more dignified image of this country, the benefit it will bring. We want to have a share of it. We don't want to be harassed at the airport in other countries. We want to be respected like we were before. Then there has to be a deliberate, calculated, intentional actions taken towards that. And it will start from home. Definitely, it has to start from home.
Not the
Children,
not the leaders?
No. The leaders are shackled with so many situations that is unpleasant to them, but they have to compromise. And the more you compromise, the worse the situation is. So when you now criticize them, they will tell you, you are a spectator. It is easy for you to blame a footballer. But try getting into the field and see how easy it is to score goals. You understand what I'm saying? Their priority is misplaced, and that is it, period. Their priority is 1, self-preservation. 2, continuity. I spent 4 years. I have to spend 4 years more. Even if your rating is not all that good, and that is what they are going to focus on.
So that's for the leaders.
Oh, yes.
So let's go back to the home front now.
Home front. Children should realize that what God doesn't give you, no one and nothing can give you.
But what examples are the parents giving to these children?
That is what I'm saying. I mean, they should come to the realization first before they now change the kind of dish they are placing on the dining table for the family to eat. You understand what I'm saying? Before they change their behavior, which their children are mimicking, they have to come to the realization first.
So that values must be restored.
Yes. First of all, they have to come to the realization that I must be content while struggling to progress and have more. Let me still be content. Let me not compromise integrity, honesty. You understand? Discipline. Whether my children are there or they are not there, God is there. God is watching me. Whatever belongs to me. I want to tell you something. Those people up there, they know that a diamond in the mud is very valuable. So if there is one particular charismatic person who has integrity and is honest and is loved by all and sundry within his environment, before you know it, they will draw him close. They want to use that, his charisma, to boost the rating of their party, and then they will give him a position. The unfortunate thing is just that what made him
appealing is what they hate most. Now that he has something to lose, they'll force him into areas where he has to make compromise. Just make an appearance. You don't necessarily have to keep up with this thing. No,
I cannot negotiate my values. That is how I have been before you called me. So now that you have called me, I have to continue doing that. Then you're on your way out.
Okay, so the leadership, they have a role to play. The home fronts, like you rightly pointed out.
Yes.
Okay, what about some of our government agencies, like the National Orientation Agency? What should they be doing in this direction to change the landscape when it comes to the issue of morals?
If you want people to do what you like, you create incentives. You create incentives, things that will entice them, draw them to you. You create awareness, let them know you do exist, and you do deliver, and then you create incentive. For as long as I'm seeing now, even though the organization you just mentioned, I've always had it mentioned anytime I come for interview or discussion here, and it's a very good thing, but let the name be on every lip. Yeah, like all those people selling goods, like Coca-Cola, like whatever, they come up with raffle draws. You can come up with intellectual products, like who is the most brilliant, I mean, question and answer, quiz, whatever, anything. You can, what you are asking me to do now, you can put the children in front of a mirror.
But have you seen some of their jingles lately? I'm a proud Nigerian. I must not be corrupt. I must not get myself involved in crime. These are some of the jingles out there by the National Orientation Agency. Are you saying that it is not impacting yet?
That's not what I'm saying. If you have been doing that, then please keep it up. The problem with me is I seldom sit in front of the TV.
Okay.
It's not that it is not important, but it is just that I have a lot to do that will occupy my time that I will not be able to. So some programs they do on TV, I'm not aware of it. So if that is a shortcoming on my part, like why I'm not aware of how far this organization have gone, I apologize, but it's just the truth. I have congregation to lead. I have community to serve. I'm not tendering this as an excuse because there are my other colleagues who don't turn their back on the TV like I do. But most of the time, if I want to watch the TV, sometimes what I would like to watch is the news. And when I get to hear the news and I read the news on the social media and there's contradictory here and there, contradictory information here and there, I get to tend to abandon everything.
Okay, so you believe that agency should do more in protecting Nigeria?
If they are already on the right path, for God's sake, you ask me that question believing that I am following up on those programs, right? I just let you know. If I do watch TV, I will know.
Okay, let's leave the issue of national orientation
so,
now.
Okay, but let me just finish. The national orientation, if they are already on that ground, look, every little thing counts. We are all in a dark room. We are all holding candles. Nobody wants to lose his match. But somebody made a brave move. Only one matchstick, ignited it and lit his own candle. Others will come to him and light up their candle from his, and it will spread, and before you know it, the whole room will be bathed in lights.
Okay.
So if the organization is already doing so well, alhamdulillah, then I pray that they should not be alone. we should have many more organizations like that.
Following suit.
Following suit. And if there is a widespread number of organizations like that, then the impact will be felt.
Okay. Okay, beyond what we are doing now, trying to reorientate our youth via this platform, what complementary role can the media organizations also play?
If you are doing things and the world doesn't get to see it, then the world will not be aware of the things we are doing, even if it is good. Okay? We will sit down in our rooms and continue to blame the government for not doing anything at all. But the day the government brings a documentary to the television station and they enumerate all the good deeds that they have done that we are not aware of because we are limited by our geographical location, we don't go about. Then we started seeing all these things. So they have done. I've not been to Oshodi for a while now, so this place has changed. So this I done, this good. Then the opinion of the citizens against the government will change. So in the same vein, the media organization can also help by, giving airtime to the activities of this organization. Since it is focused on the repair of the damages of the society, then they should they should prioritize it, give it more exposure, let others know it exists. As we are yearning for a better Nigeria, where we are now, there are so many others in their houses who are also yearning for the same thing, who also hold on to the same value, and they could also call themselves together religious organization without pretending, without paying lip service. They will come sincerely and try to mimic what you are doing with little bit of differences here and there, and there will be so many like that. And then the impact, even a blind man will perceive the fragrance of that impact. At least the putrefaction of the decadence will start reducing.
And that will affect the society for good.
Positively.
All right, interesting conversation this morning with Sheikh Ibrahim Olaniyi, a moral advocate, on the need for moral renewal in our society, and of course he has portioned blames here and there from the home front, traditional rulers, government, and the need for all of us to come together as one, as a society, and of course change the narrative, reorientate ourselves, and of course put Nigeria once again on the path of greatness. So we thank you very much for your time on the program.
Alhamdulillah.
All right, we'll take a very quick break. When we return, the show will continue at the other end.